Hey everybody, it's me, your GM Isaac Allen Burns, here with some exciting news. So we have officially started a free Dodoborne Patreon where you can go and be up to date on all things Dodoborne podcast. Link to this is in the description. Right now, if you go there and join, you'll have early access to the second episode of our first side adventure, Highcliff Hassle, before it drops everywhere later this week. Additionally, we've made the Dodoborne theme song MP3 available for anyone who joins. Go check it out. We have some other plans of things we want to put up there. Again, it is completely free to sign up. We really wanted a place where we could communicate directly to everybody rather than just relying on social media, the way it's a little more consistent. We don't have any paid tiers on there yet, but if we do grow to a point where we can start making different content for y'all that will cost more resources, this would provide an avenue to do it. Also, we want to hear from all of y'all. So if you want episode talkbacks or other RPG one-shots, you just let us know in the comments. Who knows what the future holds for the Dodos? But nevertheless, we're so grateful for the community's response and for everybody joining us on this adventure. Once again, the link will be in the description to the free Dodoborne Patreon. See you there. Hey everybody, it's your GM Isaac Allen Burns here to give you a little bit of context as to what this is. So back a couple months ago, there were a couple of rules that were released back in March, and we wanted to try and test those out. So I had them make characters very different from what they were before. And we then ran this one shot, and me as your GM forgot that it had to have combat in it to actually showcase any of those rules. So this, it didn't exactly do what we were hoping it to, but we thought it was still pretty good. There's still some good stuff in there. So we hope you enjoy maybe the worst one shot that I've ever done. So cue the music.
If you're a dodo, maybe you don't know. Maybe you have wings that don't do a thing. Maybe there's something to all that is nothing. No looking back, go the way of the dodo. But if we can be great, extinction could be sane. Adventure and romance, mystery and nonsense. Some fear and some hope, bullying us all goes. So maybe we all know the way of the dodo.
Hey everybody, welcome. Hey everybody, welcome. Let me try that again. Sorry. Hey everybody, welcome to this, a bonus episode of Dodoborne Podcast. And with me today are the same people, but with different faces. To my left, I have Rowan Collins. Rowan Collins, why don't you say the name of your new character and then say hello?
Sure. So today I am playing Section D, Processor J, otherwise known as DJ, a fungal wildborn wizard school of knowledge.
Ooh, we're playing a wizard. Across the table from Rowan Collins, we have one Joe Diamity.
Yeah, I am playing Kinsey, the Underborn and Fairy Seraph.
Ooh, Seraph.
Seraph.
Seraph would.
Okay, Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Seraph. Am I right, gang? Hey,
Instead of sans serif.
we got a Seraph. We got a wizard. And then in between the two of them, sitting on the bench, we've got one Annie Hawthorne.
Hey, everybody. It's an orc warrior named May who has been outcast from her clan for fighting with dishonor. So,
Uh-oh.
Dishonor amongst warriors.
And it's me, the same old person, Isaac Allen Burns. I'm still your GM. I'm still your best friend. I'm still... moving on. Well, gang, let's start in the present, except let's go to the past by about a handful of years. We're back in the schoolhouse. Pistachio, you are a child once again.
Oh,
And up at the
no.
front, Timothée Toulouse is speaking to your class. He says, "All right, everybody. Now just remember, soon it will be Peace Day. which, as you know, corresponds to the spring solstice. So just make sure you wear green to school or you will get kicked in the shins. Okay?
Mr. Toulouse,
Yes, Pistachio.
can I wear a please don't kick me in the shins shirt?
You
That
know-
might not be green because I think my green shirt might be a little bit torn up from the last time.
Mr. Toulouse,
Yes?
can I wear my Kick Me I'm Solstice shirt?
Well, you, as long as they're
Mr.
green.
Toulouse?
Yes.
Can I wear my father's green jockstrap?
I'm sorry. Want to say that again?
You want to say that for the mic? Just one more time.
Oh, that was too funny.
Annie has literally fallen out of the chair for.
Oh, Jesus.
Uh,
I'm learning
Oh,
so
God.
much about my students that I truly did not wait. Listen, everyone, settle down. Settle down, children. Look, you can, as long as you're wearing green, because we all here know the tradition of Peace Day and where it came about, right?
um,
um,
Oh, dear. Okay, well, allow me to explain. And you see Timothée pulls down the chalkboard and begins to write. And he writes 1301 on the board. And we're transported back in time. The year is 1301, which is approximately 723 years in the past. And tensions are high. Queen Arvold VII became the oldest monarch on record last year. And in a dramatic turn, she snubbed her oldest son, Prince Arvin VI, for the throne, claiming he was too hot-headed and spoiled, and instead bequeathed the throne to her daughter, Prince Arvold VIII. Now, rebel Prince Arvin did not take kindly to that, and war has split our proud country in twain. The Queen's armies are strongly ensconced to the west, while the rebel prince has mustered forces to the east. War has been breaking out all across the country in little skirmishes, and nowhere else is such tension strongly felt than in the province of Chertan. Chertan lies along the western shores of Voldane and is marked by an enormous mountain range that runs along the coast. Chertan is the center of manufacturing for Voldane, and it is a key strategic point in the war. Within the province of Chertan, we find a mining city, the mining city of Highcliff. The cliffs are high, the mines are deep, and the people, you get to know them, they're really great people. But for perhaps outsiders coming in, it's a bit of a tough hang. Not only are tensions high as the armies sit while people wait for the explosive beginning of an all-out war, it's also the spring solstice. That's right, everybody. The spring solstice, the spring time is upon us. That's right. In this world, springtime is actually when the longest days are. So the spring solstice is actually when the day is longest, right? You get the most daytime. A lot of us may not be familiar with that because in perhaps the world that you, the listener, are in, it is called the spring equinox. However, it's the spring solstice now.
Isaac's just messing with my concept of time.
That's right, the spring solstice. It's typically a day of excitement and rejoicing. It's a time of merriment and mirth. But right now, the city is under a pallor of tension. And that's where we find our three new people that we're going to introduce. Heroes is to be determined. There is a lift from the valleys below that take you up the high cliffs into the city of Highcliff itself. And on one of these lifts, we find three individuals heading to the city of Highcliff themselves. The lift is certainly not the fastest option, but it is the easiest, and it beats trudging up some switchbacks and cliffs where you might find a cheetah gator or big birds that want to swoop you away. Inside the lift, we see three people. Annie, you go first. Why don't you describe your character for us and what they're doing on this lift?
You see an orc woman who is very tall, kind of broad in the shoulders, is wearing a leather vest that has fur lining the collar and the shoulders. Standing there looking quite impatient, just with her arms crossed. She goes, I could have climbed this mountain faster than this.
Yeah, and what? I'll ask you, Annie. What's the weather like outside?
Well, I imagine we're going to a city called what? Highcliff?
Highcliff, yes.
Highcliff. I'd imagine it's quite brisk.
It is
Seems
brisk.
mountainous.
It's chilly outside.
But, she's built for the mountains. Her arms are bare, but nothing she hasn't had plenty of practice with. So, strong constitution, this one.
Strong constitution.
Doesn't feel the cold.
She has the right to bear arms.
No.
We're bare at arms, all right. That's right. That's hot. Sitting next to our hot orc. Joe, why don't you tell us about your character?
Yeah, so Kinsey is an fairy. He has a white button-up shirt and, this thing around his neck. They didn't have ties back then, but it definitely looks like one, and it's thin and black. He has a
Trendsetter.
tan vest with tan pants, and he has behind his horns this blonde, medium pushback hair. He is the lightest shade of violet for his skin, and he's holding a axe in one hand and a shield in the other. Yeah, that is Kinsey.
Brandishing weapons on the lift is Kinsey.
Oh, and he has wings. I forgot.
He's got wings.
He's got wings.
Why
Yeah, they're
is
like
he on
nice.
this lift?
They're like nice. They're nice. I don't know. They're shorter wings. They're not giant, but they are wings. Yeah, and they're blonde like his hair.
Nice. And I'll ask you, Joe, what was the exciting or mundane incident that occurred right as y'all got on this lift that you were able to make small talk about?
We saw a couple fighting over whether or not he would hold her purse while she went, to do something inside.
Oh, a classic spat.
Oof.
The man was clearly a little too self-conscious, a little too insecure to simply hold a purse.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I thought that the purse went with his outfit. I don't really know why he was so upset. I would have worn it, I think.
I would have too, even though it doesn't go with my outfit at all. I mean, he's clearly very insecure in his masculinity.
We should have taken it. Don't you think?
No, I suppose I could have held it for her. I mean, I could have met y'all up here,
I just wanted it. You could have taken the stuff inside.
You want to?
I could have worn it. Yeah, I carry everything in this shield.
I'm sure that we could find you a purse like that if you want.
You think?
Probably.
Downstairs?
I mean, we know at least one exists.
Okay. Just something to think about.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for you.
And sitting next to these fashionistas, Rowan Collins, describe your character for us.
All right. So you have a little brown and white fungrel who looks like as if you've ever seen a trumpet mushroom, it looks essentially like a little gramophone with a speaker going up. And they have little cuts of wood that essentially look like CDs that are hanging from their frill with a little, what would essentially be a headset to our modern viewers, but is just like earmuffs on their little face. Their face is painted on. They have no eyes and they have no mouth. And they're just sitting there with glowing rings, spinning one of the little discs and humming to themselves as music comes out of their frill.
So you're like a speaker almost.
Yep.
Incredible.
Yep. They're just like, yeah, I think that you would be very good with the purse too.
Thank you, DJ. That means a lot to me.
You're welcome. I still don't understand what a purse is, though. And why do people not like it when I assume you are male?
I am.
All right, why do people not like it when males wear these purses?
I don't know. Suppose I haven't thought about it.
I think that as the fairer sex, males tend to be a little insecure.
We can understand that. However, we do not understand why many people are insecure. We just are, altogether.
How are you
That's
doing
very
that
creepy.
with your voice? I don't understand.
I have no
I
idea.
think I'll ever get used to this.
Bursting
but,
through the door is the one piloting this thing. The lift is on ropes, but you can think of it as like, a sky lift. He bursts in. I have a quick question to let you color some of the scene. What does he look like?
Well, gee, I wonder. DJ does not see. So what instead they sense is a very tall person. So I'm going to say a giant, like twice as tall as May over there, and thick as a brick house, and also with a high voice.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
All three of you, or rather two of you see and one of you hear as this guy bursts in wearing a little uniform that all of the Skylift employees wear. And he looks at you three and says, "Hit the deck! It's coming in to attack!" He dives onto the floor and you see an enormous bird burst in behind him. This thing looks like an enormous vulture with a really curved beak. And you realize this is a mountain vulture. These things are maybe the Skylifts' most dangerous predators. These things will sometimes attack Skylifts. This thing looks hungry and it eyes the three of you. What do you do?
I am gonna yell at the other two, "Get behind me!" And I will just take out my two-handed greatsword and I'll take up my fighting stance and I'll look this bird dead in the eyes and I'll say, "Fight with honor, beast!"
You yell at this thing. You're attempting to like intimidate this thing. You're attempting to like big dog this bird. Go ahead. I'll say make a strength check for me.
20.
Oh
my God.
Can I do stuff while you're thinking about it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So May yells for us to get behind her, and Kinsey's like, "Yeah, I can do that." And so he goes behind May, and he kind of sits down, crisscross applesauce, not even facing the complete opposite way. And he has a shield in his lap. It's always something, I feel. And he pops it open, and you realize that the shield kind of acts as like a briefcase.
Oh my
There's like a
God.
hinge. So he opens it up. Yeah, I know I have something for this somewhere. And he's shifting through papers. Nope, not that one. Well, where's my feather? Oh, hang on. And he gets up, and he'd like to go pluck a feather from this bird.
From the bird. Incredible. Go ahead and make we'll say finesse. This sounds like a finesse. I'll say the DC will be lower than its typical difficulty because as you walk up to it, you recognize that there's
Oh, wait a minute. I have wings.
you do have wings.
Never mind. I'm going to sit down and say,
No, that's funnier. Please do it.
You don't want to use your own.
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
you
right.
can't use your own wings.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, so yeah. All right, presence or wait, finesse.
Finesse.
+1. 11 with fear.
Thank you so much. So with that fear, I'm just going to bank that fear for now. And what I'll say is, Kinsey, you walk up, and while this mountain vulture is staring at May, and May is staring back,
Mhm.
you can tell May is winning this big dog match. And as vulture turns to go away, and you pluck a feather from it.
Thank you. Yeah, as I go around, I kind of like duck under May's arm as they're hiding. Yep, you got it. And I kind of pat the underside of May's arm, and then I go and I grab the feather. Thank you.
As you grab the feather, I said I would bank that fear, but I'm changing my mind. You grab the feather, and now you have one mountain vulture feather. You can go ahead and add that to your inventory.
Huzzah.
And in return, this thing screams, turns around, and swipes at you.
Oh no.
Great. Okay, I rolled a 4. This thing is scared. It kind of turns reflexively and swipes, and then with its big wings, like this thing is scared. It kind of turns reflexively, and then with its big wings, like gives you the back off motion. DJ, is there anything you're gonna do in this moment?
Yes. So DJ, feeling this giant thing and feeling that May is gonna want to kill it, instead is just gonna like reach out and they take a different one of their CDs off of their head and they change the tracks. So now a different song is playing as they cast Slumber. on
We don't
us.
have the budget for this, but in my head, this is it's a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. We're just like playing like music to
It's just like
scenes. Yeah.
That's right, guys. If we get 1,000 subscribers, we'll be able to afford the song Back in Black by AC/DC for the specific.
That's the song.
It's the first one that came to mind.
For the Slumber, I feel like it would be like a lullaby.
Cat's Cradle by
Steve, what's his name?
What is his name?
Something?
Joe Croce?
Oh, no.
Jim Croce?
Cat's Cradle? It's
Cats
Steven
in
something.
the cradle in the silver.
maybe
Okay,
it's
anyways.
not. I don't know.
We're going to
Oh,
get
okay,
demonetized
great.
if we're not careful.
Oh gosh.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 6.
So what
with,
is-
with fear?
So, and I do have one quick question because
Yeah.
I'm looking over and I'm seeing octahedrons that just got rolled
Oh.
instead of dodecahedrons. So I
Thank
just want to be
you.
sure.
Thank you.
No problem.
Sorry.
We haven't not played for too long.
Would you? It's a crit. A crit
You
of
could have
on
just let it be.
ones.
You
A
could
crit
have.
of
A
ones,
crit of one.
which is so funny. Whew.
So what happens on a slumber? Go ahead and Rowan read out what happens on a slumber.
So make a spellcast roll against a very close target. So in this case, I believe DJ walks up and just kind of like touches it. On a success, the targeted creature falls into a deep sleep until they take damage, or the GM spends fear to awaken them.
So I think because you crit, that's really cool and incredible. You see that this vulture, scared, worried, it sees a fight that it actually didn't want.
Mhm.
And as it turns to fly away, it suddenly falls asleep and it careens over the side of the skylift and falls down to the cliffs below. Thank you for that, Foley. That's perfect.
Yeah. While all of that was happening, Kinsey was just back to his shield and his paperwork. Oh, here it is. Yes, I believe that we could have the bird sign this, right? And he turns around and the bird's not there anymore.
We took care of it.
But we talked about this. I need signatures.
You've got to be quicker than that.
You both are very odd.
Signature.
Kinsey, how many signatures do you have so far?
2,
Is one of them yours?
1.
Kinsey's learning how to do it. In any case, after that bit of excitement, the skylift comes to a close. The man that had just run in with his head covered has not moved. He's still cowering in the corner.
Excuse me. If you're not
Yes.
driving this thing, who is?
Oh, it's pretty automatic. I don't actually have to drive it.
Hmm.
I just sort of sit at the front and sometimes I hit the levers and buttons and say in case something catastrophic happens, like a
Okay.
bird attack.
I see. Well, the bird is gone.
Excuse me,
So
sir.
Can we continue?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's going to go automatic. Yes.
I help him up.
Oh, thank you. You're very kind, young man.
Thank you. You don't need to be afraid.
Well, the bird, you're right.
All things are right as long as you accept splendor.
Oh, Splendor.
Are you familiar with the god Splendor?
Oh, I'm more of a Valor person myself, but I have heard of Splendor.
Fucking Valor?
Whoa, dude. Whoa, that's some strong energy. Yeah.
I'm willing to let that go.
Okay.
For one signature right here.
Oh, what do I get for signing?
Eternal salvation.
Oh, eternal salvation. I mean,
Don't read the fine print. It's really not worth looking into. So just a signature and we can get the lift going and you'll feel better.
why should I choose? Why should I choose Splendor over Valor?
Splendor?
Yeah.
Because he's the god of the sun, the god of light. For within him, all things are better. And he's my dad. Shh.
Whoa.
Would you like to sign here?
Wait, he's your dad? That's a true thing you're saying to me right now?
Yes, that's a true thing. Why would I lie about that?
Make a presence check for me, Kinsey.
Okay. Presence is -1.
What?
This guy,
Oh,
this kid is not very.
Can DJ give advantage by like doing a little illusions spell behind Kinsey to like make Kinsey shine?
Do you have?
I have
so there's-
illusion.
You have illusion?
I do have a I have a spell that says illusion. I have to make a spellcast roll. On a success, I create a temporary visual illusion no longer larger than you within close range. That will last for as long as you look at it.
Incredible.
So-
Yeah, we'll say you get advantage for it. Sure.
That's a different CD, so DJ takes that one off, puts a different one on. This one can be a back to black.
Awesome. Here we go.
Burn out. That's another crit.
What
Burn out.
the heck? Through splendor.
A bunch of light just poofs behind you, and this guy, his eyes light up, and he says, "Wow, well, that's better than just sort of not doing fun things like Valor tells me to do." Oh, yeah, what'd you roll?
With my advantage, it's 13 with hope.
13 with hope. Okay. He looks at you, and his eyes light up, and he says, "Hey, that's actually great. Valor's really all about like self-responsibility and self-discipline. So like, I actually haven't eaten in a few days because I'm fasting. I'm not supposed to tell anybody. But you mean if I join Splendor, I don't have to be so self-disciplined?"
I mean, with splendor, you can be who you're meant to be, like me. And he dips the pen in some ink in his little shield thing and just hands it to him for the signature.
Wow, okay, yeah, that's great. He takes and signs.
Yeah, Kinsey looks over at May. Wow, my third signature.
Mm-hmm.
You see this guy's really happy, and he's like, "This is great. This means I can jerk off again. Woo, this is
Oh
awesome."
man, that's way too much information.
Yeah, high five.
He high five.
Wait, other
He
hand.
high five. He goes to high five you, and then he
Yeah,
high fives you with the
other hand.
You know what? I'll be outside. I'm gonna go watch the levers and buttons.
You step outside and realize that you have arrived at the station.
Oh, we're here.
He hasn't been piloting it, so he hasn't told y'all that you have arrived, but you have officially arrived.
Oh, we're here. So I'm gonna go. You guys catch up.
Yeah, I click my little shield back. I consider this a very successful ride. Don't you, DJ?
We do. We consider this a very successful ride. You've got a signature, and we have an audience.
Indeed, you do. You step out off of the skylift.
Annie realizing that she accidentally picked the only normal halfway character in this.
For the first time, Annie gets to play the straight man.
Yeah. Ah!
Oh,
You step.
is this what it feels like?
That sounds about right.
Stepping out onto the streets of Highcliff, you find a bustling city. The cliffs don't just end at the start of this city. No, they continue all across. You look up into the sky, and what looks like skyscrapers built up high are actually rooms built into the sides of the cliffs. People walk to and fro, many of them soot-stained and covered in dust from the mines. However, at the same time, you also can feel a combination of excitement and tension. For you see, while there are signs and florals and other bits of merriment to suggest the spring solstice, which is today, you can also sense the Queen's hand on this place. You see guards dressed in the traditional Voldane armor, stationed at various checkpoints within the city. Signs warning of anyone seeing any kind of rebel activity to report it immediately to the local guard. It's a mix of emotion. But the three of you are here on the streets. You've discussed beforehand, and there's a tavern on the other side of town that all of you believe you should have rooms at. And while you are heading there, can I just have the three of you roll a flat D12 for me?
Six.
Got 6,
2.
2.
9.
May,
Nice.
your senses are still sharp. You have been away from your clan for a while, but that does not mean that your senses have deadened at all. Though the city is bustling and large, your eyes and ears are still trained on anything out of place, anything that could be considered a threat, which is why when you hear a scuffle in the alleyway, a grunt, a thud, and the sounds of footsteps quickly running through the muddy alleys between some of these buildings, your hackles are raised. To your left, just in the alleyway up ahead, you heard these noises.
I'm gonna stop and kind of hold my arms out to hold the others back. I'm going to say, eyes up. Oh, sorry, TJ.
It's not a problem. What is going on, May?
Looks like a bit of a scuffle over there. Do you think we should check it out?
Do we think they could be potential signers?
Well, I think anyone could be a potential signer. Kinsey.
Even you, May?
Maybe not me. I don't sign anything without having my lawyer look over it, and I don't have a lawyer. So anyway.
3 of you head into the alley. May, as you turn the corner, your trained eyes very clearly see what has occurred. You see in the middle of the alleyway a large giant, dark skin, a beard that's very well kept together, a head as bald as the day he was born, and really nice clothing that is currently stained with a lot of blood. He is lying dead on the ground.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh,
Would you like
Kinsey,
to join?
I think he's passed. But if we can find who did this to him, perhaps they'll sign.
Okay.
We can help with that.
And DJ is going to waddle up, touch the corpse that had died recently. I can mark a stress to extract one memory related to a specific emotion or sensation. And I'm going to choose fear.
Ooh.
Fear. Okay. DJ, describe what this spell looks like as you touch it. What do Kinsey and May see?
So this is actually a fungal ancestry trait. So what happens, I assume, is DJ has these little mycelia kind of fingers. So as soon as they touch this corpse, lichen as veins shoot into the corpse and kind of almost like thrum through it as if it's searching for information, some sort of like jacking into the body, and then it'll pulse a certain like blue and green color, blue and yellow and green, and then like almost as if absorbing the information, it pulses back up through DJ.
That never gets less disturbing.
DJ, your feelings expand. And you're running. You're running behind the buildings. You have to warn your brother. Holding in your hand is a box that seems to be warm in your hands. You can feel heat coming from it. Not real heat, but the heat of importance as you hold it. It is so important that you do not lose this. You are weaving through alleyways to not be seen by anybody because you have to warn your brother. If you don't warn him, something horrific will happen. You have to get there. If you die, something horrific will happen. You hear suddenly a snap. You hear a wet noise as wet footsteps approach you, and suddenly your vision ends.
We have to warn our brother. We have to warn our brother.
DJ says coming out of it. They shake their little head and go,
This person was trying to warn their brother. Do we see a box?
You
He
look
was
down.
opening a box.
You look down at the body, and sure enough, you see a bulge in their left coat pocket.
we fiddle through and like grab the bulge.
You grab the dead man's bulge and you pull out of this pocket a box that almost seems to defy space as you hold it. Like it was so small in the pocket, but now that you've pulled it out, it's almost expanded out. And the box's latch has been broken off.
Would either one of you be able to tell me what this is? Tell us what this is. We cannot quite perceive what it looks like, only what it feels like, which is warm. We feel warmth from it, and unlockedness from it, and danger from it.
Can I take a shot, DJ?
We don't see why not.
Yeah, and I take it.
You take the box. It's a real nice box. It's kind of got some heft to it. It's like a nice golden box.
I like this box. I would put it in a purse if I had one.
We will get you a purse at some point.
Can I, do I know anything about this box?
It's just a nice box. It's unlocked too.
I look
Give
at
that
I look
to
at
me. I take the box and I open it.
You open the box, May. You see that this box is unfortunately empty. There is a folded piece of paper kind of stuck inside of it, though.
Take it out.
You take it out. As you open it, you see the words. Top secret, auric mantle. Powerful relic from before the age of gods. Wear this when speaking with leaders on both sides. Will help command authority and can de-escalate situation. Queen wants to avoid all-out war. If the wrong people get their hands on this, deep trouble. This is the only one in existence. Treat with great care. Also at the bottom it says, do not let any clergy know you have this.
What is it?
What does it say?
It
May?
sounds like paper.
Could you repeat that back, word for word?
Verbatim.
It sounds like paper.
Please, May.
I think we have trouble, if this is to be believed. Also, would you identify yourself as clergy?
Me?
Yes, you.
No.
No. Maybe
Excellent. Okay.
maybe a demigod? Maybe chosen?
I see.
Maybe humble.
Oh, yes, that one, for sure. Anyway, it appears that within this box was some kind of a relic, which is no longer present. And I feel a sense of danger. I mean, since it's missing.
We also feel danger. We felt danger when we died.
I feel.
di-
You died?
Yes, when we died, they point to the corpse.
Oh,
Oh,
goodness gracious.
I feel hungry. Should we get a bite to eat?
I suppose, I mean, I don't see why not. This is not our mission.
We. Sorry.
Yeah, the tavern's just a couple streets away. You can go to the tavern, get some grub, decide what you want to do next.
Okay.
Yeah, go to the tavern. Why not?
We felt lots of fear when we thought this might have killed us. We think in memoriam of our death, we should go at least tell our brother.
Do you know their brother?
Our brother is the Burgermeister.
Wow. Okay.
Meisterburger?
I see.
Burgermeister.
Is there a trail?
Make an instinct roll for me, May.
I'm worried for Isaac. I've never seen him just have this look of like, what are my kids doing?
This is really great. I'm just enjoying the ride. I'm just watching. I'm smiling.
It's an 11 with fear.
An
Is
11
that
with
a success
fear.
or a failure?
An 11. The only information that you'll be able to perceive from this is that there are a handful of footprints around here. There are giant footprints. There are ribbit footprints. There are Qatari footprints. And there are dwarven footprints. They are all over the place. You don't know who's or where they went, but those are what you see. That's all the information you can really perceive from them.
I think I can say one thing with absolute certainty. Whoever killed him had no honor.
We think it might be a giant. We think we can ask around town. Burgermeister seems like an important job. We can ask and tell of the death of this brother. We think.
You hear a voice behind the three of you as you're standing over this dead body. You hear a gasp, and you hear a woman go, "By the 9, what happened here?" You turn around, and you see a woman dressed in the vestments of the clergy. You recognize this as a sister of the Enian Church. She's looking at the three of you,
What church
standing over a dead body.
does that praise? Or do I need to ask?
Well, you know the Enian Church really preaches on and teaches teachings from all 9 of the gods.
Oh.
Most of the clergy of the church will really not ascribe normally to one god or the other. They
Oh.
tend to be all across the board.
Hello, sister.
Hi. Would any one of you care to explain why you're standing over a dead body?
Oh, he was already here.
We heard.
That's what they all say.
We heard a scuffle. We found this man. We think this man was killed by a giant.
Have you already sworn loyalty to one god? Or are you still flip-flopping around all 9?
Excuse me?
Like a god whore?
I'm going to slip that sheet of paper that says don't let the clergy get this into my pocket.
All right, young man. I don't like your tone.
I have some paperwork. And I go to clip open my shield.
Oh, dear.
I would like to, realizing that this is going on, I believe that DJ is going to cast Slumber on.
Slumber on
Not on the,
on the sister?
Nope.
Okay.
What?
On you.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Kinsey's getting put in timeout.
Kinsey's getting put in
Kinsey's getting
timeout.
put- So in this case, so normally when you, well, I got, hey, it's me, your GM, Isaac Allen Birds, here to talk to you today about PvP. In this case, we typically don't have this problem, but in this specific case, we have to determine a ruling because normally when a creature does a spellcasting roll, the difficulty that they're trying to beat is the difficulty on the monsters or the creature's stat block. In this case, Kinsey doesn't have a difficulty, so I'm going to make a ruling here. Off the cuff. This does not reflect anything on the new rules. We're just kind of going with it.
Sorry.
Because this is a slumber, I'm going to say this sounds almost the equivalent of like a physical effect trying to put you down. It also could be a mental one. So I'll let you decide, Kinsey. You may either roll strength or you may roll instinct.
Love that for me. My strength is +2, so. I'm gonna
Oh,
do
okay.
that.
So roll a strength check and we'll see if it beats whatever this roll from DJ is about to be. What'd we roll, DJ?
Another crit.
Yep.
Okay.
Jesus.
Well,
Uh,
what'd you roll, Kinsey?
I rolled a 10.
You rolled a
with
10?
Fear.
With fear. You know what? You know what, gang? You know what, listeners at home? You know what your GM's going to do? Your GM's going to take that fear because we take those. And
Yeah.
Kinsey, what happens to you?
Yeah, so he goes down to like open up the briefcase and he's like, I know I have it here somewhere, and he just falls right over, like that cartoon, like he's like his butt's in the air and he's just like face kind of sideways into the ground.
DJ like hops up onto Kinsey's butt and goes, "We are sorry, sister. He needs his nap.
Yes, I
Oh.
apologize for my acquaintances. They're quite abnormal.
Would you happen to know where the Burgermeister is?
You want to know where the Burgermeister is?
The Burgermeister
They're not as
Burger?
creepy as they seem, I promise.
All right. You seem reasonable. I'm going to direct my conversation towards you. What's your name?
My name is May. What's your name?
Pleasure to meet you. My name is Sister Alba. I am the sister of Highcliff here. I am in
The
charge of the
sister
cathedral.
of Highcliff.
Yes, the high priestess of Highcliff.
Well,
I
it's
was-
a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure to make yours as well. I was doing my morning rounds, tending to those who seemed in need, and I couldn't happen to notice 3 individuals standing over a dead body, which somewhat has me concerned. But you're asking of the Burgermeister. He would probably be at town hall right now. It is a bit of the middle of the day. He'd be in his office.
We thank you for this information.
Why do you need to see the Burgermeister?
We have echoes of when someone dies and will have a compulsion to fulfill their latest wish. This man's brother was the Burgermeister. We want to give him his news.
She looks really surprised when you say that, and she runs past you over to the body, and you can hear her curse under her breath. And she looks up at the 3 of you and says, "Do you have any idea what the message was? Do you have any idea what he was trying to say?"
No idea at all, unfortunately.
Oh, by the 9. This is...
We only have feeling, that is all.
All right. Well, let me tell you, this is really bad. Clearly something is up. War makes people do awful things. I will take care of him. I will lay him to rest. I'm simply going to have to trust you, both in terms of the urgency right now and due to the narrative. So your friend there, watch out for him. I think he might be in a fundamentalist sect of splendor. The 2 of you go deliver the message to the Burgermeister. Watch out for his new aide. That's all I'll say. I can't say much more. There are too many ears about. And you see that she kind of waves you and dismisses you. And you see begins tending to the body.
DJ will waddle up, put a little hand on her, and say, "We thank you for your assistance.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Thank you.
We
And she-
understand."
They again with their painted face just like looks very blankly at her.
She doesn't really know what to do, so she kind of pats you lightly on the head.
We being pat feel dismissed. And DJ walks over to Kinsey and slaps him on the butt, and then you should wake up.
Oh, Splendor. Oh,
I thought Splendor was your father. I'm quite confused.
what happened?
You fell into a deep slumber. And
I have been tired.
you understand your hunger and sleep must be very connected.
You might be right.
We hope, in fact, that we should get a hot dog or something along the way so that you do not fall asleep again.
Maybe a pizza
And a purse.
with mushrooms?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, to the tavern you go. They sell pizza with mushrooms at the tavern
But
for
I
sure.
had like to go. We're getting it to go. I was thinking more along the lines of like, you know how those little like outside of like buildings they have those little halal stations that they sell like hot dogs
Oh,
and stuff
You're
like
looking for a
that.
Sparrows?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Sparrows
Yeah.
outside. There's
yeah,
a giant.
that's what I was thinking.
He's got like a big New York accent. He gives you a hot dog.
A giant. Does this giant have a knife by chance?
He has a knife that's like a serving knife.
Wait a second.
Excuse me, have you
Yeah.
been into any alleys recently?
I'm sorry?
Have you entered any
talking to
dark
me?
allies recently? Alleys.
I've been in alleys.
Were you in an alley with that knife not 10 minutes ago?
No, I've been here. I've
Do
been
you
here
have
all
someone
day.
Who can vouch for that?
I had customers all day getting my hot dogs.
Mm.
Why don't you try it for yourself? Get a hot dog. You're
What-
going to love it.
What, pray tell, is a hot dog?
I'm so happy you asked. The hot dog, you ever heard of a sausage?
A sausage? No.
Yeah,
I
sausage.
can't say I've ever heard of a sausage now.
All right. Well, you ever heard of a cow or a pig?
Yes, I've heard of cows and pigs, yes.
All right. You take a pig, you squish it up, and you shove it into a casing. And then you put it on a bun, add some onions, some ketchup. You got yourself a hot dog.
I see.
You
I
want the
don't
hot
know
dog or not?
Any of those
It's a
words.
handful of gold per.
A handful of gold.
That's right.
We
A
The lo-
handful of gold.
That's
for
right, the-
One hot dog.
Yeah, that's right. The lowest form of currency in this world for one hot dog. Frankly, it's a steal. I'm not asking you for a fortune.
I've got this one, May. And I'll reach in my shield thing and pull out 3 handfuls. No paperwork this time.
Nice. He gives you 3 Highcliff style hot dogs,
Thank
which
you,
is
sir.
just onions and ketchup.
Praise Splendor.
Yeah. All right, dude. Gives you the hot dog.
DJ points at the top of their
Do I just
crown.
drop
no.
it in?
Oh, God.
Angle down?
yes.
Like, okay. Just faster. How slow do I?
We prefer it when you take it slow.
That way we can really enjoy the feeling.
This is such a horny episode. How did this happen?
All right.
We have no idea.
All right. So yeah,
Everyone will collectively agree that we're never doing a one shot again.
So the three of you find yourself in front of the Burgermeister's town hall where his office is. You stand in a large city square. Behind you is a tall, well-made, well-chiseled statue. The 3 of you are munching on your hot dogs while you
I
stand
lost my
outside.
appetite. You're going to have both of them.
Very good. How do you
Like
approach?
that. Please give us another.
No, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing it anymore.
No more for you, DJ.
Yeah. You're cut off.
So,
We are upset.
how do you approach?
Um,
May, you're in the front. You walk up.
Oh, I'm in the front. Oh, geez. Sorry, I was distracted. The statue.
Yeah.
really can't remember what the sister said because of that display with the hot dogs.
So yeah, the statue behind you is of Queen Arvold the First, the very first queen of Voldane, who began her reign right after the Age of Gods. She is shown here, but of more importance is the town hall that's in front of you, which is built into the cliffside.
We
I
need
think
to
that's
go
where we're supposed to
inside.
go.
Yes. We
Please
believe.
never say the word inside again.
What is wrong with inside?
Let us
Yeah,
go,
I think
Let us
I've
go
been
forward.
traumatized.
friends.
What would you rather we say?
Within?
Perfect. We shall go within.
Within is so much worse.
We like the word within a lot better.
Yeah, you walk up to the door to go within the house, and you see that there are big. One of those metal
Big what?
rings. One of those metal
Big
rings.
knockers.
I tried not to. Yeah, there's big knockers on the door. You can knock on them if you want.
Okay. I'll go ahead and I'll use the knocker in a completely normal way and knock on the door.
Hey, it's a podcast. Hey, everybody, it's me, your GM, Isaac Allen Burns, here telling you to mark your calendars for Friday, June 20th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our friends over at Talking Crit are hosting a live AMA on Twitch where we'll be on video answering questions, talking to the people, and doing some other fun stuff. So if that sounds like something that you're interested, you should pop on by. You should come say hi, hang out a while, kick your feet up. Talking Crit also has a Discord you can join where there's a whole channel where you can talk all things Dodoborne. We tend to pop in there pretty often, and we love hearing from people and talking to all our fans, so we'd love for you to come by and check us out. There'll be a link to that in the description. And once again, the Twitch AMA is going to be on Friday, June 20th, 2025 at 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you there.